Matthew, glad to have you with us today. As a reminder, everybody, if you didn't tell you, Matthew, I don't mute everybody, so, I'll check in with everybody. Feel free to speak up if you need help. Just talk loud since you're picking up the sound of maybe across the room, right? All right, guys. So find yourself in a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. It's Monday, whatever that means to you. Shrug your shoulders a few times. Open or close your mouth, take a big yawn. Stretch out your jaw. Shift a little bit side to side. If you're like me, you're busy all weekend and you just don't really take the time to stop and be still for a few moments without occupying the mind with something else. So move around into a way that then allows you to find a little stillness. Anchor your hands on your knees. Come into your breath. That breath is always there, but I would say 95% of the time we're not paying attention to it. So for this period of time, let's be very intentional about the breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Soften your jaw, exhale with your mouth closed. Notice if you do that, if you really relax your jaw and exhale through your nose, if you hear that sound in your ears. It reminds me of when you hold a seashell up to your ear. And when I was a little kid, they would say you could hear the ocean that way. Keep your eyes closed, keep your shoulders relaxed. Put one hand on your belly. Right above your belly button, we're going to feel your belly inflate and deflate with your breath. If you're not comfortable with your legs crossed, then find a place where you can sit comfortably. But sitting tall, lifting through the crown of your head, giving your abdomen a little bit more space. Take a breath in through your nose and try to make your belly blow up like a balloon. So it's a little bit opposite what you might intuitively think. Then as you exhale, use your abdominal muscles to pull your belly button in and push the air out. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, deflate. Try doing this with your mouth closed, focusing your sensation on your hand. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, deflate. If it feels awkward, it could be because you're used to breathing all up here in your chest and not used to taking what's called a belly breath. Just keep practicing. Inhale, let your hand push out as your belly gets bigger, inflate. Like your midsection is a balloon, and then exhale, squeeze your abdominal muscles in, push all the air out. Two more times. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, deflate. This is a belly breath. Inhale, inflate. It relaxes the vagal nerve. Exhale, deflate. which makes your parasympathetic nervous system calm down. So doing this type of breath is very grounding and can help you to just settle physically when you feel anxious. Take your hand off your belly, bring both hands to heart center. Keep your eyes closed. I invite you to take a moment of reflection and gratitude, something tangible that you have to be thankful for today or within the last few days. What do you have to be thankful for today? Each of us can be thankful that we have the courage, our health, and our spirit to try. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more like that, and you can let it go through your mouth. Deep breath in, deep breath out, open your mouth. Good, open your eyes. Keep your hips elevated as they are, and just expand your legs a little bit so your knees come out to the sides and the soles of your feet come together. Is this painful for anybody? Awkward, yes, but painful, if awkward is okay, painful, not so good. If it's awkward and you need a little support, like Chris, you have that yoga block, it can go right standing up underneath one of your knees. It gives you like an anchor there. That's kind of nice. If it's really not comfortable, just cross your knees a little bit, but don't go tight. Because I'm going to ask you to stretch your shoulders this way. So take your hands onto your knees to start. Hands on your knees. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Pull your belly in. Then take your right hand, cross over to your left knee. Reach your right hand up towards the sky, and then lean towards your right. So my right hand's on my left knee, left hand is up, lean the opposite direction. Yeah. So some of you are going to lean a lot. Some of you are just going to be right here reaching. Some of you are going to be just dealing with the bound angle pose, right? But we're trying to open through the shoulders. Pull your right shoulder down as you reach gently, just getting a little lift through the left side of your body. Once you get here, you can close your eyes or open your eyes and then take another breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you're okay here, you can turn your gaze up. Just one more breath and we're going to slowly come out. Inhale. Exhale, gently bring yourself back upright. Bring your right hand down. Release your left hand and your right hand. Good. Shrug your shoulders here a few times. If you are able to anchor your hands to your feet, grab your feet. If you don't anchor your hands to your feet, looks like all of you are good. You can also just rest your hands on your shins without curving your back. So pushing your collarbone wide, anchor to your feet and just lean forward. Imagine that your spine was really rigid and there was no rounding here. So no pulling down, it's just a leaning forward. Find a place where you can stop. For some of you, this is going to be a big stretch right here in the inner groin. For some of you, you might be able to bend your elbows and really hang onto your feet and find a little bit of depth here. Even if you're very flexible, we're not going like for the full fold in half because that would require you to find some kind of arch in your back. I really want you to pull your shoulders down. Good, breathe. Close your eyes, take 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. On your exhale, see if there's just another millimeter or so you can go. Inhale. Exhale. Come out slowly, using the strength of your core and your back. So lifting your chest, walk yourself back up. Good. Take your left hand, bring it to your right knee. So left hand to right knee, right hand up towards the sky. Good. Some of you are going to stop right here, and your hips are different. Some of you are going to reach through the right hand. Let that be what bends you at the waist. Keep your right hip grounded. Be mindful that you're not pulling your knees all the way over. So we're doing a big rollover here. Just try to keep your balance. Looks really good, guys. Breathe. If you'd like, you might, if your neck likes this, you might turn your gaze up. You may feel this all the way through the right waist and hip, also through the shoulders. Breathe. One more breath. Reach to the middle finger on your right hand. Inhale. Travel slowly on your exhale. Come on down. Bring your right hand down. Release your left hand. Bring your hands back to center. Circle those shoulders a couple times. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Pull your elbows in towards the center of your chest so you've got some tension here. And then again, lean. Good. Bending your elbows. Like you're really lengthening through your neck. So you're not trying to go straight down. You're trying to get longer through your spine. Looks good, guys. Breathe. One more breath. Soften your face. Soften your jaw. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Release your hands. Slowly walk yourself all the way back up. Good work, guys. Keep your blanket or your pillow handy. And come on around on your mat to your hands and knees. Put that pillow or blanket as a place where your head is going to rest. And let's just take a couple breaths here in child's pose. Take your knees out as wide as comfortable. Toes to touch. Feel like you're going to get as long as you can with your chest, with your hips staying anchored back. So there's like a opposite energy. Hips are staying back, but chest comes forward. Walk your hands forward, but without starting to get up here. Keep your hips back and find a soft spot for your head. Soften your elbows. Find your breath here. Let your head relax. Spread out all 10 of your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find grounding through your hands. So from the outer edge of your pinkies, all the way through the knuckles of your thumb and index finger, press down into the mat with your hands. Good. And breathe. One more breath here. If you find yourself ever getting restless or frustrated, go back to your gratitude. Go back to that intention you had at the beginning of your practice. What are you thankful for today? Gently lift yourself up out of your child's pose. All right, work with me here. So we got our blanket or your pillow. You're going to put that underneath your left knee. So just like you were in child's pose, put it under your left knee. Let me show you what we're doing first. Maybe that'll help. And then you're going to take one leg out and you're going to do child's pose like this with this leg out. I've got support underneath the left knee. I know some of you are like, where we are? So for some of you, you may not be going too far past right here. Some of you may be able to drop back a little bit more. It's pretty intense through the inside of this right leg. So just find your spot. Some of you might go in between. You might find it to be comfortable having your elbows grounded and this leg out. So my right leg is extended. Left knee is comfortable on that blanket or pillow. You can be here with your elbows. You could be pushing yourself up, or like you were going to child's pose.
He asked you to relax before you go.
And find a spot where you can settle. Close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out. And take a moment here and wish something well for the people who are most challenging in your life. Recognizing that the obstacles that they put in front of you are coming from a deeper place, perhaps of their own fears. And by trying to take a perspective that is more gracious, grateful, non-judgmental, we can take some of that stress off of ourselves. All right, this is fairly intense, guys. Come all the way back up. Bring yourself all the way up. You've still got that support underneath your left knee. I'm in the same position. All right, I see some of you are like, you're done with that. So if you want to just put your right knee down, you can just be here and get a nice stretch through your hips. If you still have your right leg out, I've still got my left knee here. Slide your right hand down your right leg. Reach your left hand up and over. I feel like Mondays are like a restart for my whole body. Like I just show up like I've never even stretched before, huh? Take a big breath in, reach. Exhale, use your core and your side waist, lift all the way back up. Let's all bend your right knee, put it down. Put your hands on your hips and gently draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your gaze, press your hips forward. This is called modified camel pose. The idea here is that these hip bones are pressing forward, not your chest, but the hip bones are pressing forward. Take a breath. Good. Doesn't that feel good, guys? Maybe through the moment, stop on back here. Maybe parts of it are a little sticky and hard, but at the end, I feel like that just opens up in a different way. Do you guys feel that? Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So move your blanket or your towel right over here now underneath your right knee. And then toes to touch. Knees out wide. All right, rock onto your hands. Extend your left leg out. Good, Michaela. Good, Marco. All right, good. So now from here, our goal is to take it back like it's a child's pose with the left leg out and the right knee supported. Again, to go there right from the get-go is fairly intense inside of this inner left thigh. So take it in stages. You may just be right here, hands on the mat. Good. You may be like Linda, elbows bent, all 10 fingers pushing down, letting your hips push gently back. Good. Tommy, walk your elbows a little bit closer to your knees so that you can push your hips back just a smidge more. Good. Maybe if your head is lifted and you feel like you're just hanging in space, stack your fists and rest your forehead there. That gives you a spot to anchor. This is fairly intense, but part of your practice when you're on the mat is learning to deal with the intensity in a way that is calm. So take a breath here, breathe in. Use that ujjayi breath, that belly breath that we were working on at the beginning. Breathe out. So not up all in your throat, trying to take a deeper breath from the pit of your belly. Inhale. Good. Exhale. All right, gently lift your chest. Rise all the way up here. All right, my left leg is still out. If that is too much for you, just go ahead and put your left knee down. Give yourself a little break. Otherwise, if you have your left leg out, gently take your left hand to your left knee. Good, Matthew. Reach all the way up and over with your right hand. From right wrist to right lower hip, you're lengthening. Allow the lengthening to be there. Drop into the sensation. Reach all 5 fingers spread apart on your right hand so you have energy from your fingertips through your elbow. Pull your right shoulder down. Lean all the way from the right hip. Breathe here. If you're not breathing, breathe. Very good. Gently use your core. Pull your belly in. Squeeze your glutes. Rise all the way back. Bring your left knee down. And we'll take modified camel again. Hands on your hips. If you had no problem with this, with hands on the hips, then the next level that you could take is putting your hands behind your back, fingers down. So behind your back, fingers down, and then pressing this way. If that's no good for you, then it's pretty much a similar experience, just a little less deep to have your hands on your hips. So hands are on your hips, both knees hip width distance apart. Push your hip bones forward, lift your chest, or bring your hands together to the small of your back. A lot of opening through the front of your body here. A lot of opening through the fronts of your legs, through those quads. A lot of opening through your hips. A lot of opening through your chest. It's normal to find it a little bit hard to breathe there. Bring yourself all the way back up. Good job, guys. Come back to center. Put your hands on the mat. Tuck your toes. Push your knees up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Soften your knees, strong and straight through your elbows. If you're too spread out too far, then make yourself like an upside down V shape. You can walk your toes in a little bit tighter. It's not really about getting your heels to the mat, but you shouldn't feel like you're just really up high on your tippy toes because that's a lot of weight in your wrists. So just shorten your space between your wrists and your toes to make yourself able to really push your hips up high. Thinking about pressing your heels back so you're taking some of the weight out of your hands. Draw your shoulder blades towards the center of your back so you're really integrating through this whole shoulder girdle, not just the wrist. So I'm not bearing weight on the wrists alone. Straighten your elbows so you're stacking your arm bones and breathe. Inhale, exhale. All right, guys, wiggle your toes back just a little bit. We're gonna flow from a downward dog, tippy toes, to your high plank, and then back. So play with your position so that your feet are back far enough that when you go forward to your high plank, you can get a level plank position. And then you're able to push back. Maybe it's not your perfect down dog. You can bend your knees a lot. If this is too much for you, then you can also just go through hands and knees. Lean forward, lean back. Okay, so you could do the same thing, just like this, from your hands and knees. Good, Linda. All right, friends, let's do it together. Ready? Exhale, push yourself back into your down dog. Soften your knees. Take a breath in, tippy toes. Exhale, look forward, shift forward, high plank, or you're shifting your body forward from your knees. Good, Linda. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, push everything back. Good, Chris. Downward facing dog. Soften your knees, but straight arms. Stack your joints. Stack your bones. Good. Breathe in, tippy toes. Exhale, chin forward, look forward, belly tight, roll forward, high plank. Good, Alana. Push that mat away. Breathe in. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Very nice flat back, Susan. One more. Inhale, tippy toes. Shift your chin forward. Exhale. Come on forward. Hold this plank right here. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Turn the eyes of your elbows forward. You can drop to your knees if you need to. We're making our way all the way down. This is your chance to practice the low push-up. So squeezing your elbows in, lower down, all the way down to the mat. Good work. Oh, relax your feet. Make a little anchor with your hands here for your head. Come all the way down. Take your elbows out wide towards the sides. Good. And a little place for your forehead. Reset. Breathe in and breathe out. And acknowledge that when we take ourselves into these situations where you might be uncomfortable, that is always where your growth occurs. Always. We do not get the better version of ourselves by staying stagnant in the same spot, never trying to reach, never exploring that thing that feels a little scary or feels uncomfortable. All right, breathe in, breathe out. Put your hands like the number 11 with your elbows down, lifting your chest, Sphinx pose here, good. And just lift your chest here. Your gaze can be down. Depending on the degree of flexibility you have in your back, you might need to keep your chest closer to the floor, but be mindful you're not scrunching up between your ears and shoulders too much, or you might be able to lift a little bit more, driving through your elbows. Fingers are light, just anchored here, good. Breathe. Good. Lower all the way down. All right, this is a shoulder opening pose we've not done before, so let's see how it goes. All right, what you're ultimately going to be doing is on your belly, you're going to have your arms crossed like this underneath you. All right, so on your belly, your arms are crossed like this. So you thread one arm under and then the other, and then you just rest right here. Don't cuss at me. And then you hold right here. It's a little bit awkward, but this is a shoulder opening pose. Yeah, good. So believe it or not, guys, in the chiropractor world, they really recommend this for shoulder and spine health. So just hang out here for a sec. Palms are up.
Palms up, palms are down, Christy.
Palms are up. I warned you it was a little awkward, huh? There you go. All right, one more breath here. Okay, unwind that. Your choice. You can come back through your hands and knees this way, or bring your toes together. Put your hands.
Did we lose Christy's audio?
Right. No.
I still hear.
Can you hear me? Chris, can you hear me? Everybody can hear me?
Just me.
Nod at me if you can hear me.
I can
Thumbs
hear.
up, you can hear me? Okay, everybody can hear me. Chris lost me. Hold on. All right, tuck your toes, guys. Squeeze your elbows in. Push yourself all the way up to your high plank. And push yourself back to your downward facing dog. Look forward, take a walk to the top of your mat. Soften your knees, hang here in your rag doll. Chris, let me check and see if you're still connected to audio. Here, hold on.
I got it back, but it's on manual.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Okay.
Where am I supposed to be?
All right, we're at the top of our mat in a forward fold. Feet hip width distance apart, that's about 2 fists. Knees are bent, weights in your heels. If your hands reach the floor, play with that. If they don't, find an anchor, maybe opposite elbows, letting your head hang. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good work, guys. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press through your feet. Come up to standing. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and pull your pelvis under so you're standing with your hips stacked really strong right over your knees and ankles. Close your eyes. Stay right here and see if you can rock your weight back onto your heels, lifting your toes just a little bit, but not making yourself flay back with your upper body. So it's just a sensation of shifting your weight between the ball of your foot and your heel. If you engage your glutes, engage your core, draw your shoulders down and back so you're really strong through this shoulder girdle. Notice how you can sway here like you're a tree and you're not wavering. So everything is hugging in. All right, keeping that integrity of everything hugging in, put the weight in your heels, start to bend your knees, pushing your booty back. And then take your arms out front so they're parallel to the floor. So I want you to really challenge your legs here. So get down as low as you can. Keep your shoulders down and back so you're open through your chest. Make your hands, palms facing each other like you were going to clap, but they're reaching apart like you were holding a big wedge right here. This should be challenging to your quads. Is it challenging to your quads? This big part of your legs, yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So we're going to flow the arms, challenge the legs. Stay in it. Stay down low. Take your arms, sweep them back, palms face down. Belly and chest stay the same. Come back to center. All right, this requires concentration and breathing. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach up. Reach back. Reach up. Low with your tailbone. Reach back. Are you ready to give up?
Yes.
Reach up. All right, one more. Reach back. Put your hands on your knees, straighten your legs, take a forward fold. Am I the only one who thought that was hard?
I know. No.
Okay.
It was
With your knees nice and soft, either walk your fingers over to the right or just put your hands on the outside of your right leg. Take a gentle twist and a stretch here to the right. I have a softness in my left knee that helps me get a little bit more anchored to the right. Release, come back to center. Go the other way. Walking your hands on the floor or just swinging your body, finding a little space to anchor your hands on the back of your left leg. Bend your right knee a little bit so that you can pull yourself to the left leg. Good, good. Breathe. Come back to center. Inhale, reach all the way up. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Find your good standing posture again. This is called mountain pose when you're right here. So imagine that you are that mountain. You're very solid. Weight in the heels and the balls of the foot evenly. Once you're really solid with shoulders, hips, knees all in line, and you've got these ribs drawing in so you're solid through your midsection, gently rise up onto your tippy toes. Hold your gaze as steady as you can on one spot to help you focus. Draw your belly in, squeeze your glutes together. Allow yourself to waver here. If you have to put your heels down, that's okay, and then come right back up. Strengthening your feet, challenging your balance, discipline with your concentration. If you're not breathing, take a couple breaths here. See where you are today, how you can stay here.
Why is that?
Couple breaths. Lower your heels all the way down. Good work. Bend your knees, booty back. You're gonna feel this later today, guys. Sit down with that booty back. Take your hands straight up like you're gonna clap, palms by each other. Nice and low. This is our last one. So take your shoulders down and back. Get really low here. If you're afraid to go any lower, why? Why are you afraid? Drop your hips just a little bit lower. Take your shoulders away from your ears. Try your very best. This is when you're like way in the yellow. You're really, really trying. Sweep your arms back. Keep your gaze forward. Good. Sweep your arms forward. Very strong. Sweep your arms back. Inhale forward. Booty down and back. One more. Sweep back. Inhale forward. If you want the additional challenge from here, see if you can come up on your tippy toes. If not, we're all going down. Forward fold. Straighten your legs. Sigh it out. Use your fists. Beat out the fronts of your legs. Beat out the sides of your legs. Got a good fist here. Beat out the backs of your legs. And cross your ankles. Come on down on your back. Take your pillow with you and elevate your hips. And then lay all the way down. Take a moment here. Palms up. Press your shoulder blades down. Let your feet relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hug your knees gently into your chest. Holding your hands on the front of your knees. Maybe sway a little bit side to side here. Put your left foot on the floor. Keep your right knee bent. Some of you may just stay right here. If this is enough for you, stay right here. Some of you, see if you can hold on to your foot like a sandwich, or have your 2-piece fingers holding on to your right big toe and gently extend your foot up. You can use your left hand and place it gently on your right thigh. Reach in here, breathe. The gas delivery man is here, so my puppy's very excited, sorry. Exciting times, huh? All right, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Some of you may just stay right here, or pick up your left leg, reach your hand behind your left thigh, and gently pull your knee towards your chest. That's your Monday. Hello, Monday. That's your Monday right there. After our, squats there that we were holding, that feels good. Let that go. Uncross your right leg. Keep your knees bent, feet on the floor, and just toss your knees side to side. So windshield wiper your feet side to side. They're kind of wide apart. Good. Come back to neutral. Keep your keep your right knee bent, right foot on the floor. Hug your left leg into your chest. For some of you, you may stop here. Otherwise, you can grab your foot like a sandwich or use your two piece fingers on your left hand. Hook your toe and that leg, just the left leg, up towards the ceiling. Good. And you don't have to be straight. You don't need to hyperextend. You can just be thinking about pressing your heel, flexing your foot. Take your right hand, gently press on your left thigh.
Which hand? Oh.
Soften your breath. Be grateful that you have this opportunity to show up and that you're supported and accepted just the way you are right here. Appreciated even just the way you are right here. One more breath. Gently bend your left knee. Bring your left ankle onto your right thigh. This may be enough, and you can just take your left hand and gently press your left knee away from you. Or lift your right leg, keeping your right leg bent. Anchor your hands behind your right thigh. Keep both feet flexed. Pull gently your right thigh towards your chest. Breathe here. Even the subtle, gentle pulling of your thigh towards your chest can be increasing a lot of sensation. Lean into that. Know that you've got this breath, you're steady. Feel yourself opening up. Gently release your thigh. If your right leg is lifted, put it down. Uncross your left foot. Take your feet wide, but knees bent, and just swish your knees side to side, dropping your knees to the right. You don't have to go fast. Drop your knees to the left. To the right. And to the left. Come back up to center. We'll take about 30 seconds with your legs up. You've got your hips still elevated on that cushion, so that helps. But if you want a little extra support, if you've got something around you in your house and you can just rest your legs there, a chair, the couch, what have you, you can do that for some extra support. The point being, we're getting our feet higher than our heart for a little bit of time. Reversing the direction of blood flow here. If you'd like, you can take your arms and reach up above your head or out to the side. Experiencing a little bit of opening through your chest. Maybe it also feels good to point and flex your feet without your ankles here. Just take this time. If there's something that has been heavy like a shackle, a ball and chain around your ankles. Let that be lighter, reverse direction. Take it off. One of the hardest lessons I have to learn as a mom is that everybody else's choices are their choices to make. My choice is to be steadfast, authentic, passionate, loving. About 5 more seconds here. If you haven't yet, take a couple deep breaths. And then gently bend your knees, lower your legs all the way to the floor. You can take your arms gently by your sides, palms up. Close your eyes. Take this time for your final resting pose. Now maybe is the time for you to just think about tenderly, what is your intention this week? In what way are you showing up? Breathing in and breathing out. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought or grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day, blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Take a very deep breath in. Open your mouth, take a very big exhale out. Do that again. Very deep breath in. Very deep breath out. Roll over onto your right side. Pause here for a moment. And then gently make your way up to the top of your mat. Bring your hands together at heart center. Close your eyes and close your practice with gratitude. Each of us has many things to be thankful for. It's okay if you forget. Take the time, find something that you can be grateful for today as an anchor. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.